Welcome everyone to the Wednesday night opportunity call. We are so blessed and honored to have with us Mr. Ed Toth. Many of you have heard of him. He is unemployable Ed. We're so excited to hear from him and hear how he has been made unemployable by this industry and how you too can receive that same title or something similar if you work as hard as he has. Without further ado, we will turn the time over to you, Mr. Ed Toth.
Thank you so much. You stole my thunder. Oh
Sorry.
man, that's all right. That's all right. That's sweet. So thank you so much for that introduction, Trish. And like she said, I have a confession to make. I was actually once part of those cubicle schemes. So it was crazy. I kid you not. This building was 300 yards long. It was 4 floors, and it looked exactly like this. You know, I was an engineer. I graduated in engineering, and I thought I had my whole life planned out, right? That's what I'm supposed to do, what people told me, right? I mean, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, and you work there for 400 years, and you retire happy, right? And, you know, that's a lot of people do that, and that's awesome. My dad did that, right? I mean, he worked his whole life, worked hard, and he did retire happy. And that's great for some people. But you know what I really found was it really just started sucking the life out of me. And I did graduate and I went to work for a large corporation and I climbed the ladder. I actually did very well. And from the outside, right, people would be like, wow, this is what you would call a successful person. And certainly by no means, I'm not complaining about certainly the money I made or everything I learned and the blessings that I had on that. But it just, really, really wasn't for me. And I just said, gosh, you know what? There's got to be something else. What am I missing? What am I looking for? So about 20 years ago, I jumped ship with my wife. We quit our jobs and we became entrepreneurs. And that is the spark that I needed. And that gave me hope. That's really what it was, sitting in that cubicle and just, it sucked the life out of me, but really more, worse than that is it took my hope away. What did I have to look forward to? So entrepreneurship gave me hope. It gave me freedom and all the other things too, but really what it gave me was hope. And that's what I was looking for. That was the secret sauce that I needed back in my life, right? So as Trish said, I like to call myself completely unemployable. And if you're willing to take action, because nothing in life happens unless you take action, you can become unemployable too if you want to, right? It's all up to you. So how are we accomplishing that? Well, it's with a company called Actives. And Actives has all these components that are necessary for success. Okay, people don't think about this, a lot. They might think, wow, that's a great product, right? Actually, I've over my career, I've ran into inventors. Being an engineer, I talked to a lot of people that have invented things, right? And it's like, this is a great product. It'll sell itself. I'm telling you, in the history of the world, that's never happened. Okay, you have to have, great product is one thing, but you got to have the people. You got to have people that manage the company that are selling that product. Okay, you got to have a compensation plan, right? What is going to reward these employees, right? Now, the real secret sauce, you can have all those and have a decent company, but what you really want is that big wave behind you. I actually just went through a hurricane last week over here in Pensacola, and you can ask a lot of people around here about what water can do, right? Water can come in. And actually just read today, there was like 22 barges, these massive barges that were ripped from being roped off, and they're like laying all over the shoreline because that tide comes in and it's so powerful. So that's that trend. Trends is really what takes what you have and takes the whole thing. A rising tide lifts all boats, right? And of course you want to get in on, right? Before the hurricane, you want to get prepped, right? You want to be in there riding the boat. You don't want to be on the shore looking at the guy in the boat going, oh man, I missed it, right? So you have all these together and you're going to have a rocket ship that takes you off, right? But, having just one or two of these things missing can dramatically reduce your odds of success and definitely getting that big inflection point, right? So, of course, Actives has all of these, right? So first, we're going to start with the people, you know, the company. Who are these people, right? Certainly our founder, David Brown, he has over 25 years experience in network marketing and nutrition in multiple companies. We've got Ryan Thompson and Angie Hawthorne here. They are just an amazing team, and they have had so much business success in their careers, and they have taken companies into the hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, have really, really taken some companies big. So we have the people that are running it, and really more important, okay, they've got great business savvy, they know how to run a company, but really as people, the character of them is really what is important and has really impressed me as I've gotten to know them over these last few years being involved with them. So they've worked together before, they've attracted a team, right? People don't follow people, you know, unless they're real leaders. And these people have followed David and Ryan and Angie over the course of their career, and have they assembled an amazing team. So this company is around and is rock solid on the people. Of course, the other couple people we have pictured here, Dr. Joe McCord and Al Zapp. Now, these people are legends, right? We didn't just grab some picture off the internet or, you know, pay some doctor to come over to endorse our products. These people, these are the founders and the formulators of some of the most impressive technology in nutrition. And they've been around for decades. People know them. They actually have formulated, Dr. Joe McCord, he's the founder of Nerve2 Activation and the formulator of an original product. Al Zapp is the developer of this patent pending technology that makes it so amazing, amazing bioavailability in our products. So again, these are just top-notch people on the business side and the product side, right? So this Al Zapp guy, what is this technology we're talking about? Well, what happens if you take a supplement and your body does not absorb it, right? It's not a trick question, right? Nothing is gonna happen. So your body, just, you know, what you put in your mouth, it's actually got to get absorbed by your body. Well, unfortunately, most companies really don't care if it gets into your body. What they have to do on the little label, they have to put what's in there and how much. And that's, okay, that's in the capsule. All right, we're good. But so many products are really notoriously difficult for your body to absorb. That's why you can see these amazing scientific studies that are like, oh, this, you know, this does this and this does this. And then you go ahead and take the product and it does nothing. You're thinking like, wow, I guess that doesn't work. Well, there's so many things that have to happen between the scientific study and your mouth, okay, in order for that thing to work. So this technology virtually guarantees that what's inside of this wrap is actually going to get into your body because it protects it and it gets it through the mouth, through the intestines, through that stomach acid, so very important, and delivers it down in the intestines where it actually releases these molecules where it's supposed to be absorbed, okay? Which is why we have like story after story of our products having such an amazing effect, even though, you know, people have taken products before, okay? And actually, believe it or not, some of our products, people have felt the effects in less than an hour. I mean, what kind of nutritional product have you taken or even heard of, even just fathom that you could take and even feel in less than, you know, 30 days, all right? So this is amazing technology. You know, nobody else has it. We're partnering with the actual developer of this technology, and that's Al Zapp. So, and one of the products that we've applied this technology to, one of the first products, is a product called Link, and it's butyric acid based. Now, this is Dr. Joseph Maroon, another guy that you can actually find. I think he has like over 200 papers that are published. Okay, you can find this guy on the internet. He's a published author. He's a neurosurgeon. He's doctor to the NFL. Okay, again, this is a guy you can find. He's a real doctor who's done real things. And he said if anybody could mask the taste and smell of butyric acid, they'd have the holy grail. And you know what? He was so impressed with our Link product, he actually joined our advisory board. All right. So what is this butyric acid? You know, this Link, it does so many things. It's what another doctor on our advisory board, Dr. Brett Earl, He calls this foundational nutrition. This is a foundational molecule. What does that mean, right? So when you're doing, a lot of prescription drugs, when you take and, probably an ibuprofen or something like that for a headache, you're really working up here at the Band-Aid level. You're just trying to kind of mask over that pain. You're not really fixing anything. And, in a lot of ways in medicine today, unfortunately, we're kind of putting Band-Aids on stuff, right? Just give me a pill and, now I don't feel this anymore, or this does this, but we're not fixing anything, right? And that's why you can stay on these things, forever and not really get any better, right? These foundational things, the reason it can have so many effects is that it's fixing things at a root level. So one of the things this does is it feeds the lining of the gut. And that's so important because that's a barrier between all this stuff you're putting in your mouth and your gut is breaking down for the good stuff. We only want the good stuff to get through. Well, if you have a weak lining in your gut, stuff gets through that shouldn't be there, right? And then all kinds of things happen. I mean, all kinds of things. So what you want to do is you want to fix that barrier. I mean, it helps with your immune system. It can help with weight control. It helps with energy, right? It actually helps your brain. Like, how crazy is this? If you have stuff getting through, you have a barrier in your gut. You also have a barrier in your brain, a blood-brain barrier, right? It's one only lets the good stuff in, right? So again, things can get through your gut and cause havoc in your brain, right? So, and actually, like over 90% of the neurotransmitters, which is the chemicals that your brain cells use to talk to each other, are actually made in the gut. So again, so many connections. This actually is not an all-inclusive list. If you went to PubMed, which has thousands, tens of thousands, literally, of scientific studies on butyric acid, there's over 20 confirmed benefits of butyric acid. Okay, so this is actually not even a complete list. So a foundational molecule. Now, what's another foundational issue that we're having? Well, it's actually chronic inflammation. Now, when you think of inflammation, you may think of like, arthritis or pain in the joints or something, or getting hurt, right? And getting swollen, right? And that is a form of inflammation. Well, more and more doctors are finding this thing called chronic low-grade inflammation. So you're not necessarily feeling it, but again, it's one of those things that at a root level is just there's so many things in your body that it's attacking and causing this like inflammation all over your body. Actually, one of the really detrimental effects of COVID that's happening is there's this inflammation. It's I don't want to get too technical, but it's like cytokine storm, right? I've heard that so often now. Have I been in actives, but now I'm actually hearing it in the news because of what's happening. It's this crazy inflammation going on and out of control in your body, and that's what's happening in your lungs, and that's what's happening where these people can't breathe and get oxygen. It's an inflammation out of control. Well, way before COVID was in the headlines, these things were going on in your body. So it's very well known that curcumin fights this inflammation. But what you may not know is your body doesn't actually use curcumin. It actually uses a form called tetrahydrocurcumin. So again, we want to put in the capsule the stuff that your body is using, use that technology, get it where it's supposed to be, and then release it so your body actually absorbs it. Okay, because even if you can get curcumin down into your intestines, down in your stomach, it's so hard for the body to absorb. So we have this special technology that lets it absorb. Again, this is one of those things where people take it and they're feeling the effects again in sometimes less than an hour. Okay, so again, inflammation, one of those things that is at the root cause of so many diseases. Okay, so many problems. You fix that, and a whole host of other things go away. Okay, now we're going to get some into really crazy stuff, NRF2 activation, okay? May not have heard of it, but it's an amazing thing. This is where Dr. Joe McCord comes in. I mean, he discovered this. This isn't just some guy who read about it or learned about it in medical school. or whatever, and then said, hey, I'm going to play around with this. No, this guy is like the founder, of Nerve2 activation. He discovered it, over a decade ago. And what this is, so there's this thing called epigenetics. Okay, so you've probably heard of your DNA and your genes and stuff like that. I mean, people, throw those terms around, and you probably generally know that, that's kind of makes you what you are, right? That's your roadmap. That's your instructions for your body. Okay, what you may not know is it's not like those things just act the same all the time. Okay, there's different stages in your life, and there's different genes that get like turned on and turned off. Okay, think about a caterpillar and a butterfly. Okay, a caterpillar and a butterfly, their DNA is actually the same, right? A caterpillar has all the DNA necessary to make a butterfly, but it's not a butterfly yet, right? Why is that? Because different genes are activated. Certain things are turned off, certain things are turned on, and then boom, you've got this butterfly, okay? So that's different genes being activated. Same thing in your body. You have thousands of genes that may be turned on and turned off due to a host of factors, right? I mean, we're just learning a lot about this, right? Could be age, certainly toxins, in the environment, things that you're putting in your mouth. I hate to tell you this, but the stuff that you eat matters. I don't care what anybody else says. The food industry doesn't want you to know that, and nobody wants to say that, but it really does, okay? And unfortunately, most of us just aren't putting things in our mouth that we should be, okay? So what this is doing is one of the things, again, just one of the things this is doing is that it's actually turning on the gene where your body is making its own antioxidants. So you may have heard of antioxidants. This has been talked about for years, right? Berries, and they have antioxidants in them. Acai berry, I think, was a big one. Vitamins like A, E, and C. I think all these antioxidant pills. But really, those things, yeah, they're antioxidants, but it's a spit in the ocean. Literally, Dr. Joe McCord would say, okay, taking antioxidants is like taking a cup of water and pouring it in the ocean and expecting the level to rise. Okay, that's really what you're attacking. You see, your body, though, your body is amazing. When it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, it can do amazing things. And one of those things is just naturally fight off oxidative stress. And guess what? No kidding, or no brainer, like your body does it a million times better than anything that that's man-made or anything you could stick in from the outside. It's made that way. What do you know? But again, you have to activate the genes that do that. So this formula that we have, so Dr. Joe McCord came up with this formula like over a decade ago. Well, we have a new formulation. It's taken them years to develop. That's actually 10 times stronger, at least 10 times stronger than anything else that's out there. So this is the most potent Nerve2 activator, and it's coming directly from the guy who founded the whole thing to begin with. Okay, so we got the inside all fixed up, right? We're fine-tuned, we're feeling good. Now we want to look good. So we have a 3-product system in Mora, right? We have an exfoliating mud, a toner, and a serum. And you know what? I'm not a skincare expert, all right? Maybe you are, maybe you want to be, maybe you aren't, but guess what? Doesn't matter, right? What you really want to know is it going to make me look any better, okay? And this thing is like a fine line wrinkle blaster. I mean, it'll come in and really, we say, hey, you know what, give it 90 days, right? I mean, come on, what are we trying to do here? But so many people have said that they've noticed changes. People have noticed, right? Here's the thing, like people will sell them, like, what are you doing with your skin? In like 2, 3, 4 weeks, these people are seeing amazing transformations, in their skin. I've heard so many people that have said, oh, you know what? I've tried so many skincare products and, they have allergic reactions to them. Again, so many companies have just chemicals in there that you should not be on your skin. Okay, there's these, these commercials where they'll put a cream on and, like, hey, in 90 seconds, look, the wrinkles are gone. Well, guess what? That, first of all, that's temporary. Anything that works that fast is temporary. And what it is just taking your skin and like, it's like putting duct tape. You might as well just do that and take that and put it on the back of your head because it's probably just as good for you. all right? So this stuff is really working at the cellular level and getting in there and getting you that healthy skin. So let's get our, okay. Now, if you're just here to get healthy and look good, that's awesome. You can get off this call right now and go and get with the person who invited you and order these products. And everybody you know needs to know these products, needs these products, okay? But if you're here to plant your money tree, let's get into what we've got, you know, with the money tree. So now listen, I'm going to go through some of this fast. And if you're not used to, you know, some of these compensation plans, it can start to look, you know, you might get starry-eyed and get confused, but please, please, please don't get overwhelmed. Because here's the thing, you could memorize every single piece of the compensation plan, all right? Know it inside and out, memorize it, teach it, make videos of it, and guess how much money that'll make you? About that much, right? So just knowing this, listen, it's taken care of. They just send you checks, all right? So let's just, you know, a couple basic ways, right? Hey, you tell somebody about a great product. You've probably told somebody about a great movie before, about a great restaurant. How much money did you make off that, right? Maybe a pat on the back, you know, you get a little thumbs up on your, hey, shout out from whoever, okay? What we're saying is all we want you to do is share these products with people, and it's going to help them, right? It's not like, hey, just, you know, take this because I want to make money. It's take this because it's going to help you, all right, in amazing ways. So you share that with somebody and they buy it and you can earn up to 20%. Okay, this is actually the fast start bonus here. So you make 20%. Now that person, you know, hey, I want to do what you're doing, and they share it. You can make money on what they sell, and so far what they sell. Okay, so that's all it is. This one's actually paid weekly. So get this. This is Wednesday, right? So you could sign up tonight, start telling people about these products tomorrow, and have people buy. You could have a check in your account next Friday. Okay, so tell me what kind of business that you can start that you can do that. You just can't, right? So very simple. You're just earning commission for sharing these amazing products, right? Don't even have to know all the science and all the crazy stuff. You know, Trish, she'll help you, right? Call up Trish. Get somebody on the phone. Say, you know what? I got somebody that's interested and they have questions and I know nothing, right? Guess what? You're going to have help. You're not in this alone. Okay? So again, I'm serious. You can sign up tonight and start working this tomorrow. Now, this stuff is ongoing, right? People are going to take these products. I take these products, and guess what? You know what? The magic bottle, I take that every day, and unfortunately, towards the end of the month, I do this and nothing comes out. So what am I going to do? I'm going to buy another bottle, right? So this is a consumable product that people are taking. They're loving it. They love the effect. They're going to buy again. So guess what? You're going to get paid again. That's called residual. You get paid over and over. You make that sale one time, and every time they buy, you're going to get a commission check. And then guess what? The person that you brought in and they told somebody and they bought and they buy every month, you're going to get a commission on them every month, okay? And that just keeps going down for several levels. And as your organization grows, okay, that's that every month, bonus, residual income. Listen, I had one of my largest businesses when I jumped ship 20 years ago was a telecom company. One of the things I loved about it was, you know what? How often do you pay your phone bill? Yeah, about every month. Well, guess what? I made money every month. And I went, whoa, this is crazy. Now, it takes time because this is what happens. It's a slow start. See, you can there's a couple different ways, right? A lot of people, realtors, it's a great business. A lot of people go into it. Why? Because they see that big commission check, right? So they go out and they work and they sell a house and boom, they get this $10,000 commission check. And they're like, woo, and then guess what happens? The second they get that check, they got to start all over again. Because how often is that customer going to buy a house from them? Every month? Every year? Every 5 years? Right? So, you take it either way. You can get the big check now and then start all over every month. Or, you know what? Get that slow and steady. All right? It takes some time. It takes some work. But once you get that momentum going, Once you end up here, right, you're doing a lot of work here for a little bit of commission, then you're doing a little bit of work for a lot of commission. Okay, that's what this royalty bonus is doing. Okay, this is building that wave. All right. Now, as part of the program, you're also going to get reward credits every time you buy. So you can apply that to getting free product, right? And who doesn't love that? Actually, even if you're just a customer, like you don't have to be a distributor to get reward points. Okay, you can be a customer and refer another customer and get reward points. You won't get cash, but you can get reward points. Okay. We also have a rank advancement bonus. So as your organization goes, it's just like getting promoted, right? So you start down here in the mailroom, and then you go up to admin, and then you get a little bonus, and then you go up here to manager, and you get a little bonus. Then you go to regional manager, right? Then you go to vice president, right? And then finally you're at the top of the heap, right? And you're rubbing elbows with Trisha. Okay. So we also have this thing called business centers. Now, I actually have to admit, this took me a while to figure out. Like I had to hear it over and over again. So again, that's why I'm saying, don't get caught up in a lot of this stuff. You don't need to know everything. But now, once I figured it out, I was like, oh, I get it. But basically, it's like another franchise, okay? So you can have like multiple businesses, right? And pay you even multiple ways off that downline. Now, here's something that's really crazy. This is another one that when it sinks in, your head starts to explode. So, of course, if I said, all right, well, if I bring in this customer, then I'm going to get a commission on that. Well, I mean, that makes sense, right? And then maybe like the person they brought in, that makes sense, right? Because I had something directly involved with that. But no, Active said, we're going to take that one better. Once you reach a certain rank, okay, I think it's like A6, you start to get into these global bonus pools. And what that means is that they're saying, hey, thank you for contributing to the company and being a part, really, again, we're helping everybody grow, right? So we want to help you and compensate you on all that. So they put up to 10% in these different pools, and they take that from the whole company, other people's organizations, other countries. Okay, think about that. We're in 4 countries. Well, we're officially in 4 countries. Actually, we now ship to like over 220. That just came out recently. I mean, I still can't wrap my head around that. So basically, we are, an entire global company. And I don't even know how many countries that leaves out. But we're going to take 10% of these sales, all the sales. Okay, you know what that means? That means this guy over here that I don't even know, that maybe it's not even in the US, right? They're in Japan, right? So there's a guy in Japan, all right? I'm part of the global bonus pools right now. So there's a guy in Japan right now. What time is it in Japan? Is it morning? Wherever it's, right now, he's working his business. He's making some sales. And you know what? I'm getting a piece of that. Like, how crazy is that? The only way you can get that in any other company anywhere is to be an owner. I mean, you've got to own shares in the company, right? And even then, if the company doesn't pay a dividend, you're not getting any cash flow from it. This is like a company-wide, dividend that pays every month. Okay, ask anybody who's invested in a company that didn't pay a dividend and it took them 10 years to get their money back. Okay, so this is a dividend. This is a profit sharing in the global company. All right, so start running some numbers and start these bonus checks. These are going to blow away what's happened in the history of network marketing, because no company has been this generous to incentivize their workers like this. Okay, so again, this is another one of those bonuses. Like I said, there's multiple pools that you can get into. All right, and it'll keep you up at night, I'm telling you. So let's get down to some numbers here, right? So what are we talking about? Again, right? What did I say? We're building up, right? I mean, it takes a lot of energy to get that plane off the ground, right? I mean, you put it full thrust and you're just getting down the runway, right? So just go out and find 10 business partners that want to make money like you. Now listen, there's a lot of people sitting at home right now. Okay, I need to do something. All right. So get 10 business partners, you're going to start to build up that residual check, right? A couple $100 a month. Now, what are you going to do? We're in the business of helping people with their health by sharing these customers. And then people that want to take it to the next level, we're there to help them with their wealth. Okay, again, this is a community. You're helping these people. The more you help people, the more you're going to be successful. Okay, actually, if you don't want to help people, this is not the company for you. This is not the business for you. Okay, you make money by helping people. All right, so you brought in these 10 people, you're going to help them. You're going to help them do what you did. I mean, you just did it, right? So they're just going to duplicate what you do. Hey, I did this to get 10 people. Now you do what I did and you get 10 people. All right. So you're just helping them. Just do what I did. This is what I did. Answer their questions, right? Because by now, you know all these answers. These people are coming in and you're like, come on, let's get this. Let's get these people in. I'll answer the questions for you. All right. Let them start right away, just like you did, because you can start tonight and I'm going to answer the questions for you. Trisha's going to answer the questions for you. Okay. Now, when you get to this level, you're going to be answering the questions for them. Okay. Now you're making decent money, right? Who doesn't want $1,000 a month? Okay. I mean, what kind of part-time job can you go out and make $1,000 a month? And we're talking residual, right? That $1,000 a month, you got to drive Uber every night to make that $1,000 a month, and you got to do it again the next month. Now, starting to turn that curve, right? What are those people going to do? People are going to do what you did. Okay, so you help those people. Now they're going to say, okay, well, this is what I did when I got in. This is what Ed did for me. I'm just going to tell them to do the same thing, right? It's just like a franchise, right? Except the franchise, you pay $1 million for it. They give you a manual this thick. Can I fit in the window? This thick, right? And then maybe in 5 or 10 years, you get your money back. All right. I'm going to tell you the manual. All right. I'm at Network Marketing 101. You're going to get off this call and you're going to know what to do 5 minutes after you sign up. Hey, Trish, would you be open to looking at some information that I believe can help you with your health? Yes or no? I mean, that's it. Boom. You're just asking people if they're open to look at information. You don't have to come up with the information. You don't have to come up with the product. You don't have to come up with shipping. You don't have to come up with the customer service. You're just sharing information. That's all you got to do. You're just asking people if they're open. Hey, you want to look at this? If not, no big deal. Boom. You now know enough to go and start building your business. When they say yes, then you can be like, hey, upline, help me. Right? Well, what do I do? Right? No problem. I'm there with you. Okay, send them this. What'd you ask them? Send them this. Okay, what did they think about it? All right, you do that, and you do that enough times, you're going to get this where your 10 helps 10 helps 10. All right, now you're making money that you couldn't even go to get a college degree and graduate and get this money for. Right now, would you spend? People spend 4 years and tens of thousands of dollars to go to get a degree. I did. Now it wasn't that expensive that many years ago. Still expensive. But I put a lot of time and money and effort into that. Okay. Just to get an entry-level job. Take some of that effort and invest it in yourself and build something, right? Build you that boat that can ride on that wave. So there was a couple more things here that I mentioned in the beginning, right? There was actually 5, right? So we had the company, which is the people, right? The products, the compensation. We had a couple more. One of those was trends. Okay, this is that rising tide. Well, listen, if any of this is news to you, you've been more quarantined than probably anybody. All right. I mean, goodness gracious, look who's out of work. Right, millions of people out of work. All right. Health, immune system? Goodness, I mean, you think people are concerned about their health? Right? Why do you think that we have been setting records every month? Because we have what people need on both sides, their health and their wealth. Right? I mean, what else offers that? and it's online, it's at home. So what options are there? You know, there's a bunch of people sitting at home that, you know, were, you know, working at a restaurant, doing their side gigs with Uber, you know, just right there is tens of millions of people. Okay. All these people that worked out, you know, in these offices and these brick and mortar stores, and they're locked at home, and they might have a job to go back to. A lot of them don't, right? I mean, what's your option? I mean, what do you really have? You know, go back to, you know, again, maybe go back and get a degree, or if you have a degree, maybe an advanced degree. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying not to, but man, that's a lot of time and money, right? So really, an at-home online business has never made more sense ever, I think, in the history of online. But what is a huge hurdle in having an online business? I mean, there's a dozen hurdles, okay? You know, if you can barely work your smartphone, you know, are you going to go out and build a website and build an e-commerce store and find a product and get shipping together and get a payment system and set, like, listen, I'm an engineer, and I'm telling you, a lot of this technology, you know, I have a hard time wrapping my head around. Right? There's a lot of marketing out there. They'll say, hey, you know, build this website and, you know, you can just make millions of dollars. I'm telling you, it doesn't work that way. Okay, and I've tried it. A lot of people have tried it. I mean, there's a lot of technical skill that goes into building an online business. Okay, that's aside from all the business stuff, right? Finding a product, getting licensing. I mean, getting money, it's not cheap, right? Say, oh, okay, well, I don't know how to do it, but I'll pay somebody to do it. Yeah, no problem. You got the thousands of dollars to put into something, and, you know, you can do that. Or you can kind of just have it all done for you, right? I mean, we give you a website. Okay, we've got the customer service, we got the shipping, we collect the payments, we ship the products, right? We've got the doctors that we partnered with. We got the license and the registration in the countries. Now we take care of shipping to 220 countries. Okay, you're gonna figure that out? Okay, if you got the time and the money and the knowledge, then maybe in another 6 months you'll get your first sale. Why not take the lowest cost, lowest risk, easiest way to jump on this trend? Okay, I challenge you to find something else that you can sign up and start building your business tomorrow. All right, and it's 8:40 for me here. Okay, timing. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make money in a company or industry that's, you know, very old. Like, can you buy Amazon stock today and make money on it this year? Yeah. I mean, it might go up 10, 20, shoot, I don't know, it might go up 50%, right? But the odds are you're on the tail end of the curve for Amazon. Wouldn't you have rather bought Amazon 20 years ago? Okay. I mean, it's just, right. It's a silly question. If you have the choice between getting in early and getting in late, you're going to pick getting in early. But here's the thing, though. Getting in really early in a business is also more risky, right? I mean, the day a company starts up is really the riskiest, right? Because you don't know if it's going to work. You can put your time and money in, and the whole thing flops. They run out of money, or that, you know, they find out the people that are running it really aren't that great, or the products aren't that. I mean, so many things. Okay, I mean, companies drop like flies all the time. Those first 2 years are critical. Here's the crazy thing. We actually have this crystal ball in the US. We actually can look forward and look ahead to see 2 years down the road. Now, why is that? Well, for different reasons, Actives actually started in Mexico, all right, a couple years before us. So what they did was they took that really beginning risk and kind of proved it out, the products, the plan, and everything, right? And guess what? It worked. Well, the U.S. is right at the beginning, but we have that those Mexico crystal ball that says, yeah, but we know what Mexico did, and they've proved out, and they've made the company rock solid. They thank you, Mexico. You went through those first 2 years and really trudged through, and you laid out the path for us. So now all we got to do is follow suit. All that concern is taken off the table. We know where we're going to be in 2 years, right? In fact, I got a challenge to beat Mexico in 2 years. But so not you actually have better than early timing. You have early timing with future knowledge. Go ask anybody that's an entrepreneur if that's valuable. Unbelievably valuable. Okay, like you can't. That's a once in a lifetime thing. This just doesn't. Listen, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. Okay, everything I started was from scratch. Okay, not fun. Can be rewarding, but not fun. It's like all or nothing. But I've had companies that didn't work out, and the whole thing shut down. All right, but we know it's proved out. Okay, absolutely, absolutely, so important and so incredible, and you have the opportunity to get in tonight. Tell your friends about it tomorrow, and get in on this wave. All right. Now, how do you do that? I told you if you want to be a customer early on. If you just want to be a customer and you hung on, I don't know, you must like my orange shirt. But get back with the person who brought you here. You can buy the products. You got a 90-day money-back guarantee. They're amazing. If it does nothing else but change your health, this was worth it. But you're probably here because it's time to do something different. All right. I want to build my online business. Do that. We're having a crazy deal right now. Actually, $10 gets you your distributor kit. I mean, that's insane. Okay, I told you, you get a website with it and your whole back office. Do you know just buying a domain? I mean, that's going to cost you more than $10. Okay, so just it should be $1,000. I mean, really, actually, psychologically, it's detrimental to only charge $10 because people don't value it. But the truth is, if you recognize the value, you know, you don't have to spend the amount to get that value. Now, of course, you're going to want to buy product. I mean, you don't have to, but really, it's kind of silly. I mean, you're gonna push a product that you haven't taken, okay? But so you just buy the product you want, and we have packs that if you want to buy, you know, multiples of product or get everything, it gives you a discount. So it's really, I mean, the worst case is you have better health and you're out $10. I mean, you were going to spend that at Starbucks anyway, and that wasn't going to help you. So really, really, if you're going to start a franchise and drop $1 million, you're going to spend 6 to 12 months to think about it and analyze everything. Okay. If you're going to take some nutritional products that can change your health and, you know, chip in an extra $10, you don't have to think 6 months about it. In fact, I've already talked too long. You shouldn't even be thinking 45 minutes about it. That's about all the thought you need to put into it. Okay. Somebody that cared about you brought you to this call. They're in it. That's all you need to know. That's as much as you need to know to take this tiny little step that could change your life. Imperfect action. Okay. Nothing happens without action. Get back with the person who brought you to this call. Okay. We have all the ingredients of success. All right. My name is Unemployable Ed, and I thank you so much for your time and attention. And I want you to have a great night. Now go make your life happen.